Hello, Smarties. Oh, 7 o'clock. Okay, welcome to my Dotty live takeover. This is so exciting. Okay, I'll just wait for a few people to join so that I'm not sitting here doing this completely on my own. I'm quite good at talking to myself though, so that's fine if I am. So if you are here, just pop on and say hello and give me some likes and thumbs up so that I know. I'm just checking that I'm alive. Hi Stephanie, thanks for joining. Oh, fab to see you here. Lovely, brilliant. We'll just give it a couple of minutes and I will see if I can manage to get comments to happen all at the same time. Brilliant. So it's a Dotty live takeover. Okay, whilst we're waiting for people to join, I will just have a quick chat about the Dotties, seeing as it's a Dotty live takeover. So that if people want to know a little bit about it, we can just tell everybody to go and catch it again at the beginning, which would be quite helpful for you, wouldn't it? So, Dotties is Jessie's membership group. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a massive amount of support in lots and lots of different ways, to be fair, really. So it's got a fabulous Facebook group that provides support, accountability, help and advice, and, you know, even just offloading. And most of it's about business, but some of it's personal because that affects us as well, doesn't it? It's also got a membership site. So you can go in there and you can get resources and you can get training and you can get actionable content. So that's really fantastic too. There's opportunities for guest experts to come into Dotties so that we get help and support in that way, and we can get guest experts from different people. So like I might go and talk to people about, obviously I've got this opportunity, but we get other people in the Dotties coming to talk to us about their expertise. And you do get this good opportunity as well to come into the Smarties group, which is fantastic. So exciting. And there's also really recently a hub, which is exciting, which is an interactive place that I need to get into a little bit more and get my head around. But you can work in there, you can join up with others, you can chat, you can video conference. It's just like sitting alongside people, and it's got a whole load of other functions. So, you know, being in the Dotties is massive, really. What it provides is brilliant. And then, of course, you get a bit more hands-on to Jess as well, which is fantastic. So, that's the bit about the Dotties. Stephanie, I'll need to try and remember and tell everybody at the end that if they want the Dotties that come back to the beginning, you can help me do that. Right. Tina, hi, how are you? I've just been talking a little bit about the fabulous support that the Dotties provide while we wait for a few people to join. And then I'm going to be talking to you tonight about boundaries. My passion, my absolute passion. So we'll just see if we can get even anyone to join. Just go and invite people and tag people and get people to just pop on for a minute, unless this is just everybody's bedtime. Perhaps it is. Who knows? Okay. Yes, Tina, I love Dotties too. It's a fantastic place. So if anybody else wants to know about Dotties, just shout me, or any of the other people that are in the that you know that are in the Dotties, and just let them know that you're interested, and we'll all give you some information about it, or you just obviously get in touch with Jess yourself, really, pretty much. Okay, so we'll just get started. So I was hi Rebecca. So if you're coming on, just give some likes and loves and hellos and things like that, really, just in a kind of nice and supportive way. But I've just been talking a little bit about the Dotties, and then I'm going to get started. So I come on here tonight. Hi, Jessica. I've just been talking about the Dotties. Put it in at the beginning so people can catch it nice and early. I've come in tonight to talk to you about implementing strong boundaries that work for you in your business. I'm so bloody excited about it too, Jess. All right, because there's been quite a lot recently about where people are pushing boundaries, people are crossing boundaries, people are taking the piss out of boundaries, basically. So whether you need to get good at putting boundaries in, whether you need to just put boundaries in, or whether you need to revisit your boundaries and sharpen them up, this will help, okay? But bear with me, because it's my absolute passion. I'm going to try not to ramble, okay? So, who the hell am I, really, to talk to you about boundaries? Well, I'm Emma Langton. Oh, thanks, Tina. You've invited some people. So, I'm Emma Langton. I am now commonly known as the Boundary Queen. But I'm a mindset coach for business owners who kind of end up working 24/7 in the business, or at least more than you want to. And I help people set boundaries to get them out of overwhelm so they can step back from their business and make more money, working less, earning more, you know, and earning a respect from their tribe as well, which just sounds fantastic, isn't it? And it is when you get it right. So how can you implement the boundaries for you? And what do I know about it anyway? So 10 years ago, I adopted 2 children who came to us at the age of 4 and 5. And I was told by lots of people that they just needed firm boundaries, right? Now, I'd been spent hundreds of years, it seems, working through kind of corporate businesses, running busy offices, managing managers, high-level complaint places and things like that. And I thought, well, I can do that. I can set boundaries. I can, like, tell people what they're doing and things like that. But when it came to the children, I really, really quickly realised that their needs were more than just boundaries, for starters. Their needs were so great that actually it was going to be impossible for me to carry on with this job and meet their needs. So I had to leave. Okay. When I left and wondering how I can help them, I then began to learn about psychology, attachment, trauma, mindset, fears, all of that stuff. And it fascinated me. It absolutely fascinated me. And it was like light bulb moments all the time. It was brilliant. Okay. So because I needed a job that wasn't a set routine job because to meet the needs of the children, I retrained initially as a hypnotherapist and set up my own business. Sounds simple, doesn't it? So I made it fit around the needs of the children, right? And that definitely needed firm boundaries and a strong mindset to kind of make all that happen, right? And I'm not saying it was easy, but I did make it happen. And then I started working as well through after a few years. So I've been in business for 7 years now. I started getting like high-level managers and business owners coming to me who wanted more than just like the quick short bursts of therapy that hypnotherapy provides. So, and I realised that they wanted more of a coaching platform. So, you know, time has passed and I now work online and face-to-face within this parameter. But what I found was that I was constantly seeing boundary issues. So I was going, but that's about boundaries. That's about boundaries. That's about boundaries. So that's how I got my name as the Boundary Queen. I must have bored people to death or something. I don't know. It's like, could you just shut up about boundaries? Right. So that's where it's come from. So it's partly from the seeing what was needed with my children, but partly seeing it run through in lots of different areas, you know, in business and professional lives and things like that. So let's talk about boundaries. How can we implement stronger boundaries that support you in your business? All right. Now, while I'm talking about this, I want you to begin to think not just about you, but about your clients as well. Okay? Because boundaries are not just process, structure, organisation or rules. They help, but it's about the feelings that are underneath that too. Because it's about either the feelings that are in your body or the thoughts that are in your head, the mindset stuff, and the process, and they kind of sit hand in hand, right? Now, the thing is that our early experiences shape what we learn. And not just what we learn, but how we respond to people, to places, to circumstances, to the world around us, basically, right? And that also forms our characteristics, our personalities, but also our boundary style, because we have boundary styles, right? Which is super fascinating, right? Rebecca says, we need you to gently kick us and remind us to stick to our boundaries. Yeah, okay, I will just keep banging on about it then. That's all right. I'll do that. Thank you, darling, for that permission. Brilliant. All right. So, structure. Talk about structure for a minute, because that's kind of the easy bit. So we need structure in our business. We need processes. We need formats. We need the kind of rules. You know, we need to have routines. We need to have routines for us and for our clients. We need to tell people, we need to set expectation and tell people what we're going to do, when we're going to deliver it, how, when, where, what. They know what to expect, but we also know what we're doing, so that we are running a business in a professional way. Okay? But what that does for us is it helps us to feel contained. And when we feel sort of contained and we feel held, we feel safe. Now, when I say safe, I mean safe on a really deep, like core feeling, or in your subconscious, that's just comfortable. Okay? It's not about that you're checking things out and thinking, am I in danger? It's just this total comfortable feeling is when we are, all our tension is down and we feel completely safe, right? So structure helps us to do that. So you can understand why I was told, oh, these kids need firm boundaries. Structure helps us to do that, but that's not all of it. But it is usually the easiest bit. However, if we are constantly pushing, pulling about this structure, if we're constantly like, you know, we've decided, right, we're not going to do emails after 3, 5, 9 o'clock at night, whatever you set, and then you can hear the ping of the email, or you can hear the whatever noise of social media, and you're supposed to be reading a kid's story or spending time with your husband, but your mind's constantly like, oh my God, should I answer that? Should I answer that? Or, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that. Then it's going to be at least distracting, but actually stressful, overwhelming, basically bloody hard. Okay? So we can put the structure in place, but there has to be the right structure that works for you. So what worked for me is not necessarily going to work for you. And what used to work for me when the kids first came has changed. Do you see? Because they used to go to bed at 6:30. That was lovely. I wish they still did that. So then our evenings looked very different. Okay? So, and now they don't. They're not going to bed at 6:30. So the evenings are different. So these things change. But if you are constantly pulling between the structure that you've decided that you think you should have, and it doesn't fit because you've got mind stuff going on and you've got, you know, guilt and pressure and things like that, then you're going to get stressed and overwhelmed. Okay? So when we then think about the mindset that sits alongside it, stop for a moment and think about, what messages did you get in your early life about you, about work or work ethic, about being a mum, maybe, if that's what you're juggling with, you know, about how you respond to people, about maybe, because that'll be directly relevant to how you respond to your clients, right? Some of this will be learnt behaviour. As I've said, everything we know about boundaries even is what we learn in our early lives. So some of this will be from authority figures like parents, teachers, maybe church people, you know, youth clubs, things like that. Think about some of those society expectations as well, you know. So, you know, there used to be like children should be seen and not heard, which means then you don't speak to people, you don't stand up for yourself. You know, and that's maybe, I don't know, it might have been polite when you were a kid, but when you need to stand up for yourself and say, hey, somebody, you know, I'm not going to answer you at 9 o'clock at night, then that's going to be a bit tough to do. If you've got, you know, speak when you're spoken to, well, then that's going to really pull you that you have to answer that bloody email as soon as it comes in. Do you see what I mean? So they're just examples, but think about what messages you were given in your early life, or find the areas that you are struggling where you're going, that's annoying me, that's frustrating me, that's difficult, and think about what that message is that you are getting about that. Does that make sense? When we recognise the messages, then you identify your belief system with that circumstance. So then you know what it is that's driving you to function the way that you do. And that is or can be different to other people, right? But when you know that, then you have a choice to respond, to relearn, to rewrite your stories, okay? So that's the bit. So you can look at your structure and it can adapt. You can look at your mindset and you can think about what it is that's going on there. What is it? What's that reminding me of? What's that looking at? What is that learning that's in there? But you also have to begin to think about other people, right? Because all of this is happening for other people too. All of this is happening for your clients. All of this is happening for your people in your Facebook groups, okay? And the people that you interact with on other groups, right? Except that they will have a different upbringing, so they've got a different belief system or different expectations and different early experiences that shaped them. Do you see? So it's not always going to be the same as you. So that's when we form our, like, the word's gone out of my head. That's when we form our boundary style, if you like. You know, so we have other characteristics about our personalities. We have introverts, extroverts and things like that. But we also form a boundary style. Yes, Jess, yes, we all need the boundaries and structure. We absolutely do. And this is why I get so passionate about it, really. But think about, it's not just you, that it's the people that we're interacting with, it's our clients and everything else, all right? Different boundary styles. I've started to give them names, right? This is my big reveal. It's not my big reveal, but this is the first time I'm kind of saying some of this stuff out loud, really. So I've done a reveal for you, Jess. Some of the different boundary styles might be, okay, the guard. So somebody that keeps everything locked down, nobody's allowed in, and, you know, none of their feelings are allowed out, and, you know, they just guard everything. They're a bit hard to reach and stuff, so, you know, they're guarded. You might encounter the butterfly. The butterfly, for me, flips between different people. You might see them at a party and you've just seen them go, oh no, it's awful when it's really cold, isn't it? And then they go and talk to another person and you see them go, yeah, I don't mind the cold, really. And then they go and talk to another person and they say that they just agree with everybody, so they just flit around. I like to call that one the butterfly, right? You looked at the creative names. I know, I'm going to end up doing a quiz and all sorts. Ooh, got great ideas. Right, the cuckoo. The cuckoo is the one that jumps in and makes himself at home in your world, you know. They just shove themselves into your nest, whether that's your home, your business or whatever. They just shove themselves in. They shove aside your feelings that they expect what they do, what works for them to work for you. Okay? And that's not the case, is it? Okay? Hi Claire, thanks for joining. Right, the people pleaser. I couldn't really think of another name for the people pleaser. I think we're all aware of the people pleaser. You know, somebody that don't say no and sort of needs to keep the peace a little bit. Now, I don't want you to be offended with any of these. These are kind of just unemotional titles, really. Because, you know, we all will have a bit of the people pleaser in us. And particularly us. Because we are in a helping profession. We want to provide this service. We want to help people. We want to, you know, help people improve. We just want to help people in some shape or form. So there'll be an element of people pleasing. But what I'm saying to you is, oh, Rebecca's guilty of people pleasing. No, but can help you with that. But what I'm saying to you is that we'll have elements, but you might have one that's a bit stronger than the other. You know, or you might encounter these different things. Tina, I know a few cuckoos. Yes, you see? You know, and they're just like, oh yeah, you know, here's my thing, and it's fine for me, so it'll be great for you, and you know, and that's not taking you as a person into account. Okay, so remember that you're going to encounter this with other people. Remember too that these clients have their own boundary styles. However, what I want you to take into account is when they come to you, any of these clients that are in your groups, that that come to you for whatever work that they want, when they come to you for help, for support, for advice, they are probably feeling a bit vulnerable because they are having to ask for help. Now, we're all a bit crap at asking for help, aren't we? All of us, right? Particularly women. Okay, so they've had to ask for help. They need something from you. So, you need to help them to feel safe, that really deep felt, subconscious, just, ooh, I'm really comfortable thing, by helping them to be held, to be contained, to be supported with your boundaries, with your business boundaries. So you tell them what to do and what not to do, and when you'll do it and how to do it and where and all that. And they feel held, supported and totally comfortable. And when they feel that, they're going to work so much better with you. Right? And they're kind of going to sing your praises. They're going to be like, there's something about it I'm really comfortable with. And I don't really know what it is unless they've watched this. Okay? So they're going to get really, really comfortable. So you're going to get better progress. You're going to get better work. You're going to get a better response from them. Okay? So it's not... So yeah, it's going to really, really help you. Yes, you need to work on your mindset. But yes, it also helps your clients, which means it helps the outcomes and the transformations that you have. Do you see what I mean? All right? So we need to communicate really, really clearly what our boundaries are, but we communicate them in a factual way. There's a top tip. Take your emotion out of it. Communicate them in a factual way. Okay? Because the things that might bother you or might have you feeling a bit like somebody else is going to be a little bit different. Okay? So, I'll just recap. Decide on your structure and set the expectation. Work on your mindset and recognise what it is that's going on with you so that you can kind of do something about it, rewrite it, change it, even just keep it under control, really. Communicate clearly, because it's not just you that needs those boundaries in your business. Other people benefit from them too. Okay? And recognise that your boundaries need adjusting through time. As I've said, mine have changed because my kids don't go to bed at 6, or for whatever reason, they change. And that's okay. They're there to help you recognise what's okay and what's not okay. They're there to help you feel safe and to help the people around you feel safe. All right. So I'm going to just come and have a little look at the comments. But what I want to tell you is if you've got any questions, you can start typing them in now. I want to give you free access to my webinar that's taking place next week. Okay, on Tuesday, the 26th of September at 1 o'clock UK time. I can't work that out. I'm sorry. But it's my free webinar, which is going to be where I share the key things that you need to give you your freedom in your business. It's going to expand more on this because we're going to have longer. Okay, it's going to be more about what you can do about this. It's going to help you create healthy boundaries in a business so that you love your business instead of being drained or pissed off by it, Okay? This is a Jess approved Dotty Pitch hashtag on that. So I will pop the link in the comments so that you can sign up for it and then I can send you all the details. But, jump on this webinar because it's going to give you the key things to give you this freedom in your business. All right? I'd really, really love to see you on it. Okay? Fantastic. So, I'll have a quick look at the comments, but if you're catching the replay, give me some likes, some hearts, tell me what you think. If you think I'm talking complete tosh, tell me. We like a good polarising post in the Smarties. If you've got questions and you're catching the replay, still put them in there because I'll come back and answer them. And sign up to join my webinar because there'll be more detailed information in there too. Okay, let's have a look. Right, Jess approved pitched. Jess, I love this. Boundaries aren't forever. They're flexible. Yeah, exactly. We've got to keep moving them because, you know, our business changes, the circumstances around us, like, you know, like kids, family, husband, partner, whatever, all of that changes. You know, so as our business either grows or expands or change direction, we need to do that as well. And we need to accommodate those clients. So, Tina, if you saw my post in Dotties earlier, I wonder what boundary style that guy had. I haven't seen it, Tina. I'm going to go and have a look, though, when we've finished. Rebecca says he clearly had no boundaries. Right, I'm going to go into Dotties and have a look, darling. All right. Claire Brett, I'm having a boundary issue at the moment with a potential client. I need to stay strong, but I'm a people pleaser at heart. Yes. So identify what it is that's going on, Claire. What it is that's going on with you. What it is that they think that they want, what they're expecting. You know, what are they asking for? So you've said, I don't tend to do one-off sessions because there's no accountability or follow-up. But a potential client is wanting this, even though you said you don't do it. Right. Yeah, I mean, I would say stick to your guns. You do have an opportunity here to be a little bit flexible, but only if you want to be, right? Only if you want to be. So here's an example. I just worked, it was bank holiday at the end of August, okay, in the UK. I worked bank holiday morning on an intensive. You know, hello. I mean, that just smacks in the face of the boundary queen, doesn't it? I hear what it sounds like, but let me explain. So over that bank holiday weekend, my husband was away in London on like a lad's weekend, right? He got back Sunday night. He was going to be sleeping off the booze, really, and kind of we weren't going to be doing anything bank holiday Monday with him. My daughter was away at guide camp, so I wasn't going to be doing anything with her. So, I'd kind of had an option for like, a bit of a lazy day, potter around, whatever. Nothing planned, you know, not really needed anywhere, but not going anywhere or doing anything in particular. This person, yes, she was a previous client, fine. This person rang me the week before and I've got this limited time frame, I've got this job interview, but, you know, I've been pulled up at work about this and this and this. I can only fit things in. She was telling me these times. I've got my diary going round in my head and I'm going, right, Saturday, I'm not doing that. Sunday, no, I'm not doing that. Oh, God, it's bank holiday Monday. Oh, I've got that on Tuesday. I've got that on Wednesday and she needs this before Thursday. Okay. Now, I could have gone, all right, you know, squash things in on Tuesday or something. And I went, I know it's a bank holiday, but what are you doing? Because I wasn't doing anything. So rather than squash things in my day, all this was working away in the background while she's talking away to me. And I thought, why not? I love my job. I'm earning money. Why not? So I shifted some of that. Can you see? But it was my choice. So if you've got that you want to do this one-to-one, even though it doesn't fit with you and you don't have a price in and you don't have a plan for it, but you want to do it, fine, do it. If you can make it work and you are comfortable with it. If she's just pushing you and you don't want to, then, okay, you have to say no. However, there are ways that you can say no. Let me see. Right, I get you totally. I would do an intensive, but this lady needs way more work. And I think she would expect the silver bullet in the intensive. Yeah. So we have to be absolutely, totally clear with these people. Okay. So I started with hypnotherapy. This is something I still say. Let me just grab this. I do this. Here's my magic wand. I made this with the kids somewhere. Bit of wool, twig, bit of glitter. Okay. Occasionally I get it out just because I'm slightly sarcastic as well. And I go, I don't have a magic wand. The magic wand will not work. And I let people know, and I say, I've got pictures and stuff, and I say to people, I need to tell you I don't have a magic wand. You have to want to do this work. You have to sign up to this. I can help you with the tools, you know, with the tips, with the, you know, with the mindset, with the neuroscience, but you have to want to make this change. And that's what I say to them. And then I have to, as a hypnotherapist, you have to say, I'm not allowed to promise guarantees. But you can say that. I also have that in my contracts. I cannot guarantee cures. I cannot promise results. I can't remember my wording exactly. Do you see what I mean? But you tell them. So if you think that she's expecting a silver bullet, then you need to find a way to say, right, here's a tip. If you're struggling to say, what we need to be careful of, this is what I'm going to cover in the webinar actually. Just, am I all right? Because I'm probably going over time. But you can say to somebody, can I just say? Right? So instead of going, you need to do the work, which sounds quite accusatory and it's finger wagging, if you go, can I say? I need to let you know. I must make sure you understand, because you're going, this is NLP stuff, you're going, I need you to understand, so that you're not going, you must understand, you're going, so you're making it about you, not about your client. And then tell them whatever it is, okay? You're asking for the permission, can I point out, can I say that there is no silver bullet with this work? I need to let you know that I could do this intensive. I could create this piece of work for you. I could adapt this package for you. As in, you're clearly letting them know that this is not how you normally work. I can create this package, this piece of work. I can set aside this time in my diary for you to work in this way. I need you to let you know that, whatever it is. Does that help, Claire? Let me know. All right? If you're still not comfortable, stick with no. And it's just no. Or you can go, no, I don't have, I can't accommodate that. I've too much on my plate right now. My diary is full. Let me find you somebody. Let me see if I can recommend you to somebody. Do you see what I mean? That's helpful. Brilliant. Fantastic. Right. Any more questions, comments? No? Fantastic. Right, darlings. It has been brilliant to talk to you. I'll put the link in here that is Jess approved. I would really love to see people on my webinar next week. And then again, for people catching the replay, questions, comments, put them in. Happy to give you tips, happy to answer your questions, or find me on any of the other posts that are in the Smarties. And a big, big thank you to Jess for allowing me to come on and share this with you. Bye for now.